Shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give our praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Ha, Rakwa, Kadash, Mamath, the Bahana Sellers, Pastor Jim, Master Shalom to Yakim, and Aqua, being as prisoner of truth sincerity. I also want to give double honors to the elder of the Lion State Kappa Harlem 1. If I haven't already, alright, let's come on with you with a spiritual hydration. Cause I seen the movie War of the Worlds not too long ago, and every time I always go back and rewatch the movies. Any of the elders, they'll throw out there because they'll actually paint a real picture for the brothers in the truth. To kind of just get a glimpse, what's gonna happen in that day, and just the spirit people gonna be in, and how much in the stress they're gonna be. So this is the book of 2nd Esdras 13. I'm gonna start at verse 5. Con. And after I beheld, lo, that was gathered together a great well, I'm gonna jump down a little bit more. I'm gonna start at verse 6. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew upon it. Talking about that cloud, that white cloud, that white horse, man. And it says, and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region of place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. So it was a huge chariot. You can't even tell what the beginning of it was. Just painting that picture in itself, man, it's gonna take up the whole entire sky. And it says, and after I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet durst fight. So they was all afraid, but they're gonna fight anyway. Having that spirit of, the outside threat. Everybody wanted to fight against. Ultimately believing, fighting against something that they fear, fighting out of fear. And it says, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, still wanting to fight anyway, and yet there's fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. Man. And it says, man, damn, man, that's powerful. None of that, man. The Lord is gonna utterly destroy these people. He's gonna cremate them where they stand. It's gonna be a lot of that. A lot of zapping, a lot of people getting cremated, a lot of people losing limbs and being in pain and anguish, people seeing each other, their comrades, and all this being, utterly vaporized, and if not, what's that word that they use? Amputated and decapitated and shit like that. And it says, verse 10, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And out of them chariots, man, it's gonna shoot out laser beams like at the War of the Worlds, man. It's gonna fully cremate these people where they stand. Gonna be, and it's gonna talk about that in the next scripture, in the next precept. And they were all mixed together, so they all those was mixed in together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, man. Describing a weapon, a laser beam, man. It's gonna be like a laser beam, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight him. So all that is gonna utterly hit that whole entire band of people. that's prepared to fight against the Most High, Yahweh Shah, with the power of Yahweh, you know. And it says, and burn them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw, I was afraid, man. So only dust and smell of smoke, man. You know, and incinerating people where they stand at. They're not gonna be able to fight against that. You know, in the War of the Worlds, they already depicted that. But you know, at the end, you know, they just try to say they prevailed because the guy he had a grenade and stuff like that. You know, but that's not gonna be the case. You know, they're not even gonna, you know, they're not even gonna do no real pressure. You know, pressure burst pipes. After I saw the same man come down from the mountain and call unto him another peaceable multitude, and there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, some were then were bound, and others were brought out. Brought of them were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awaked and said, Thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest perceive my prayer. You know, and that's basically it. But just kind of touching on that topic of the War of the Worlds. You know, in the midst of all that, man, the Lord is gonna be gathering His elect. And it's also gonna. He said he came in with the man, the elder brought it out. Came out with a site. KJV Revelations. Uh, it was right. KJV Revelations. I spelled that wrong, man. Sheesh. Alright. It says, this is the book of Revelation 14 and 15. And another angel came up out of the temple crying with a loud voice, saying, Sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe, man. He's coming back to bind and what? Cast with fire, man. That's what he's coming to do. He's coming to gather. He's coming to cast those into the fire, man. We spoke about it in Matthew, where it says, I don't know the scripture specifically where it's at. And he sat on the cloud, thrusting his sickle on the earth. We already know what that cloud is, and the earth was reaped. And another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle, and another angel came out from the altar which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are full of light, man. Going into the Lord coming back with dyed garments from Basra, being symbolic that the Lord is going to utterly destroy these people. He's going to gather his elect, 144,000 and a one-third men, women, and children. And he's going to utterly destroy these two-thirds of these heathens in America. Alright. But that's it for this spiritual hydration. I hope it was edifying and shalom.